Welcome. I'm Cynthia Hoven with eurythmyonline.com, teaching you how to build your own personal eurythmy practice of mindful movement. This is lesson 3 of the short webinar series featuring the Immune Support series. Remember, these lessons are funded entirely through your donations at eurythmyonline.com. Thank you. Good evening and welcome from wherever you're checking in from, whether it's from here in the United States, Canada, South America, perhaps in Asia. Welcome to our third session of this first short webinar series. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're in good health and those around you as well. So in this webinar series, we're focusing on the immune support series. There's so much to learn in eurythmy, so very much more than we're touching on this first series, because eurythmy is a world unto itself. But in this first session that we're working on, we're working with exercises to help us learn to be centered and grounded, and how to bring strength to our immune system. And that's all so important in this time when the world is somewhat shaken by the events of 2020. And I was reflecting today upon the fact that we've been living for 9 months, a time of a pregnancy, since this COVID story has unfolded. And now as we come towards Christmas, towards the time of the sacred birth, we can ask ourselves, how can we be whole? What are we giving birth to in ourselves? Eurythmy works because it's based upon a profound understanding of the relationship between body, soul, and spirit. Every night, we go into the spiritual world and return from that world to bring in forces of health and rejuvenation. That spiritual world that we go to is the same world that we came from before we were born, and the same world that we'll return to after we die. And in eurythmy, because of its great wisdom, we're actually touching upon those archetypes. And I hope to teach you more and more about that in the days and weeks and months ahead. So let's begin for our short practice here. And we'll begin by taking a stretch. And remind yourself, you are spirit. And you'll remember how you're related to the heavens above, to the earth below, to the world of nature and of human beings, to the sense world in front of you, and to the invisible world of archetypes behind you. And you stand here, and all of this is inscribed in your heart. So in your first intention in eurythmy, see if you can get yourself to that place of feeling how present you are, living light, breathing warmth. And in this, you center your intention in your heart so that you're not thinking what you are, but you're sensing it, not emotionally feeling it, but sensing all of your embodiment from the inside out. And now let's begin. Spread your arms wide. And here you're standing between heaven and earth, right and left, front and back. And in this position, we find balance. Let's forsake the balance for a minute and go into the extremities. Go down and feel. I enter the world of gravity from where my body is built. Release that and rise onto your toes if you can, or at least let yourself feel light As a flower under the sun, I unite myself with the spirit from where I have come. And here in the cross, I hold the balance in the middle, connected to the world. The world of the senses draws me in. And here, imagine not your computer screen, but imagine flowers and roses and wonderful things to touch. And then go back. And you're anticipating the angel wings that we'll do in a minute, but go back and feel this world of archetypes. And I'll bring all of that to your heart. Breathe. The heart feels joy because it's nourished. It knows who you are inside. Open wide again. Feel the cross. Know that you're moving through etheric space, not just dead space, but as you go through space, you're rippling. The air is responding to you, the etheric space, down into gravity, up into lightness, and back to hold the balance in the middle. The world of the senses draws you in, and the world of spirit releases you. Inside your heart, you hold an image of the whole world. Feel it? Gratitude. And this time, let your hands know that from your heart you can change the world. As you go down, feel, may peace be below me wherever I walk. I can be a peacemaker. May peace be above me. May my aura be so quiet that everything is in harmony where I walk. May peace be all around me. Feel yourself becoming more gentle out of your intention. May peace be before me, and may peace be behind me. May peace be within me. Notice that you have the capacity to make yourself become still. Drop your arms, but feel what you have just built, sensitivity to space around you. And now, as we've spoken of before, the backspace, space behind us, is the space that's most a mystery to us. And so with our exercise of angel wings, we're going to practice waking up to that space. Cross your hands above your head. Feel your arms like the great wings of a white bird falling and across them behind you in the back. My palms are forward, and lift them again. And let your wings fall, unfurl, uncross them below you, and rise again. Use this to free up the back of your neck, to free up your shoulder blades, your scapula. Now imagine your angelic being behind you who is complementing your exercise, your movement, by doing them in the exact reverse order as you. How do I mean this? Your angel wings are folded low behind you, and your angel wings rise. Both you and your angel have your arms outspread. Now you sink your wings, and the angel wings are crossed above you. And you lift, and those wings fall. In doing this, you're really opening your sense of the invisible world. Thank you. Now, as you drop your arms, feel how you're standing with a different relationship to the backspace. Feel your heart. Now spread your arms wide. And imagine yourself standing as a great open sun, bright and shiny. And you would actually disperse into space were it not for the fact that you're holding your center in your heart. And now let all of those sun forces stream into you as a blessing, as a gift. Nourish your heart. And now, from within, give back. Give yourself, your life, your existence to humanity, to the world, until you've emptied yourself wonderfully in love. And now allow the world to love you by filling you up. Feel this heart inside of you sparked and filled because the world trusted you, Spirit trusted you enough to give you more light. You give it away. We've been using a verse for this. Within my heart shines the light of the sun. Learn it so you don't have to speak it out loud, but you hear it in your own head when you do it. Within my soul weaves the warmth of the world. I will breathe the light of the sun. I will feel the warmth of the world. Light of the sun pour into me, and warmth of the world flow through me. And with the last line, you let your arms fall to your side. Once again, feeling light above, earth below, connected to the soul, to nature, and humanity, connected to the sense world and the spirit world. Inside your heart is this doorway to infinity. All right. We have already worked with the exercise Ah-Reverence and the exercise Hope. Ooh. And today we'll learn the third one, Love A. But let's take a moment to do those other two exercises 3 times each. Let me remind you, you should, if you take them up for personal practice, you should do them 7 times each, or even 10 times each. But in this short course, we need to condense the teaching so that I can give you more content on the new exercise for tonight. So we'll start with Ah-Reverence. Imagine the sense world in front of you, spirit world behind you. We're going to walk forwards into the front space, what we've been practicing, and we walk with a great open-hearted awe. And if you're new, I want you to sense what this is doing by making this angle, watch carefully, not too wide, not too narrow, but with a clear, open embrace or love for the world. You open your arms, and then as if your angel taps you on your back, or however this happens, you remember that the space of the archetypes is behind you. Now with the gesture of ha, you lift your arms here. This is the movement for reverence. You feel fully everything that's greater than you are. And as you lower your arms carefully, you feel your back space lit and illuminated by light. Spirit light. And again, we'll do that 2 more times. Ah, Create this awe feeling with your arms. And now reverence. And as you lower your arms, your gaze is very empty, but you're giving all your attention to your back. Back through your torso, through your legs, down to your heel. At this moment, I'm really feeling my whole back space. And then I feel straight again, but it's as if my back space has been polished with stars. And again, thank you, world, for everything you give me. And thank you, Spirit, for all the gifts that fill me and have created me. And I stand knowing that I belong to both worlds at all times. Thank you. Once again, this exercise is particularly helpful to soften our addiction, our enchainment to the physical world, to the sense world. This is for people who work on computers or on machines too much. And this one also helps us to fall asleep better, overcome stress by remembering who we are and building our immune system. Now there's the second exercise, Hope Ooh, in which we take all of that space from behind and bring it right into our body so we're better grounded. To prepare, put your legs absolutely together. Knees are touching, feet are touching. Remember your back space. Gently lean into the back space and make a cup of your arms. Feel, oh, if only I can be filled by those spirit forces. I hope for them, I feel them, and I pour them through me. And I put the backs of my hands together and I lower this imagination of great golden light warming me, filling me, grounding me into my legs. My arms are together, my legs. I feel firmly grounded and release. Once again, hope. And then I will say, and the third time, remember, even in your personal practice, you don't speak, you just find the feelings. Hope. And then feel me again. Ooh. And rest. Savor the feeling that you have in your legs. If things have worked well, you're feeling really grounded, perhaps you need more repetitions to have this wonderfully grounded feeling. But this is so strong. Strengthen your digestion, strengthen your sense of relationship to the ground of your body, the ground of the world. All right, finally, we'll come to the third exercise. The first exercise was above and behind. The second exercise was above and then down. This third exercise looks very much like the contraction expansion and is built completely in the center realm where the cross is. And let's move just a moment through this space and challenge yourself not to think about where your arms are, but to feel them. Can you feel where your fingertips are? Tracing through space. And feel now that your hands are these hands of peace, of love. And you move through space. And let's just move them back again. That's just a warm-up. All right, we'll rest. This exercise is called Love A. So we begin with moving our arms in this wide circle and then contrasting it by creating the eurythmy gesture for A, which is this, which is finding your center, your boundary. It's like in this movement, we're doing diastole and systole. We're letting the heart expand and come back to itself. Are you ready? I feel the world that I will love. I spread my arms wide. I move through the world. I give myself to the world. I come back to my heart. A, my rightful boundary. And I feel the strength to give myself again. I let myself feel the warmth of my heart penetrating, permeating space. And A, I found my boundaries. Again, let this warm your heart as you make this movement and warm your periphery. Love for your whole world. A, release. If you need to enhance your imagination, you can feel, I connect with my family, with my loved ones, and I find my boundaries. A. I connect with all of the people that I would be seeing all the time were I not quarantined. I connect with them with my love, with my thoughts, and I come back to myself, my own story. And again, I connect to the whole country I live in fact, to the whole world. I love, and I come back to myself. Move peacefully. Don't have any stress as you move through these directions. Peacefully feel, I love creation, and I honor who I am becoming, the gift of spirit within me. Thank you. Let's fold our arms to close our practice, and then I'll speak just a moment more. Thank you so much. Let me speak just a few more words for you. When this lesson closes, I'll go home or I'll go to my other room. I'll edit this and I'll post it for you on YouTube, as I've been doing each week. I'll also send you, once again, an email that has the link for the PDF for the description of these exercises. There's nothing new on that today, but if you're new, you don't have it yet. And the email will also include the link for the YouTube and also the link for donations. And please know that it's really only possible because we have this energy exchange and you are able to participate in this if at all possible. In this last week, I got a dozen emails from people who said they didn't get the follow-up emails from me. And all those people who said that were people with Gmail accounts. So if you're a Gmail account and you're not getting my emails, please look in your promotion mailbox. I've also been sending out these essays about the weeks of Advent that we're moving through, inspirational exercise or essays, and I really hope that you've been getting them. And I would also like to welcome you to send me an email at some point, even if it's a short message, and say what this is meaning for you, because in my experience, I'm stretching out to a kind of imaginary community around the world. And I am so nourished by your responses and reflections back to me. So if you have the time and are so inclined, send me a little greeting on my email address. Thank you so much. I'll see you next week. Take good care of yourself as we move through this winter solstice time, powerful times, as we're approaching the sacred time of Christmas and the Holy Nights. And we'll be speaking a little bit more about that next week. Thank you so much and be well. Good night.
Cynthia?
Yes.
We have 2 questions in the chat. Do we have a moment for those?
Have you got time? I have a moment. Do you?
Yes. Okay.
Good.
First question comes to us from Joyce, and she was asking if you would please show us angel wings facing the other direction.
Absolutely.
So that we can.
And what's the other question? Or is it the same thing?
No, it's not connected. Well, no.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Here are the wings. Am I centered in the camera? Can you see me?
A step to your right. Lovely.
Okay. Thank you. I start here and I open them like this, palms facing forward, all the way down. Palms facing forward, all the way up. Do that one more time. And I promise you, if you have tight shoulders, this will really help. But use it to really loosen up those neck muscles and your back muscles. Thank you. What's our next question?
And our next question comes from Lee. She said, you mentioned that spiritual light shines from the back. Then how about the light from above?
Not different, just a different intention. And this would be a whole essay to write about what is light. Light is that which we're able to lift into awareness. And darkness is that which is lying full of potential, but not aware. And black is like light that is self-willing. So I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the womb of darkness or light. Light can be found everywhere. I can find light here when I become aware of it. This light I connect to when I think of sun and stars. And this light behind me, how can I explain? Listen up. During our earth life, we experience that the space in front of us is light-filled. And we experience that the space behind us is dark because we can't see it. We have shut down the capacity to sense into the invisible world. And in eurythmy, by contrast, we feel this is the world of light, the world of spiritual origins. And from a spiritual perspective, the earth world is the world of shadows in the sense of Plato. This is the world that we should love, we do love, we work with it. But the true source of all these things are behind us. And that's what we're trying to access. So I want to call it light. But when I lower my arms, I call it starlight. But then, as a eurythmist, as I walk through the world, I walk with awareness that I'm illumined from behind, even as I work with the sense world. Lots of words. I hope you can understand that.
Thank you.
Yes. Yeah. Thanks for the question, Lee. Interesting. Thank you. All right. Anything else, friends?
That is it for now.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Michelle, my wonderful